Oh, it says having trouble connecting,
To what? What do you want me to start it?
but it says we're live though.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
we live now.
we're live.
All right. Hello, Nick family. Welcome to the Just Nick and It Family Show. I'm not sure why we did not have. Can somebody check and make sure we're live on
I'm
YouTube?
I'm I'm checking right now.
Yeah, we live. I'm
Yeah.
on it.
Okay. All right.
We
How,
on the
how long
TV right
how long
now.
we been live? All the crap we're talking, we've been
No,
live.
no, no. I just hit the button and it said I was having internet
Oh,
problems.
we good.
Anyway,
You ain't
welcome
gonna
to the
get
Just
locked
Nick
up
and
at you.
It
You good.
Family Show. I'm your host, Stephanie, aka Queen. Joined. Wait. Dope Soul. Yeah, the Just Nick and It Weekly Show. Right. Dope Soul Sports Collective. I'm joined by Jerrell, Dope Soul. What is that? Cup champ. Ajay, the villain. Hit the like button.
Oh yeah.
326
You, you,
GRPC.
you.
Little glitch to start the show, but the Knicks. Well, I don't know. The Knicks were a little glitchy too
So
until that fourth quarter. But
Queen.
we're gonna talk about the Knicks NBA Cup champions and just talk about the game, talk about what we've learned about the team. Maybe their performance has changed our mind. I know, there were a few games early in the season where the Knicks didn't play well. And, in the chat, people were saying, this is not a championship team. We need roster changes. We need this. We need that. We got really good performances last night from multiple players. And I'm wondering if that's changing anyone's mind. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Kolek. We'll talk about my favorite topic, the ball handling or lack thereof. We'll talk about Mike Brown, who, I thought was really good last night. Um, yeah, a lot to talk about. But
Queen.
Jerrell,
Before
I,
I'm sorry. Before we go on YouTube, I'm seeing the smaller um.
It's
This
two of them. It's two of them.
you only seeing the small one. You're not seeing the regular one.
I'm not seeing
Now,
the real
the
one.
regular one is up too.
It
Oh,
is
is it?
okay.
Hmm.
Okay, awesome. Um, I don't
Hmm.
know why they create two streams for landscape and portrait, but
I don't get it either. You're not the only one that do it. It's for everybody that do StreamYard. It's always two streams now.
okay.
I'm seeing the portrait.
You got to go out and just go to the she's live on two things, two
Oh,
tabs.
All right.
all
Salute
right.
ally wise. So
Yes, sir.
listen, let's get into it. Let's just talk about the game um last night. What did you see? What stood out? Were you a little nervous after watching the Knicks those first three quarters? How you feeling about this cup championship, Jarrell?
I feel wonderful stuff. I got this good orange on. I'm seeing this winning orange. You know what I'm saying? I think it looked good in it. We won a
Yeah, you do.
championship. Thank you. We won a championship. Obviously, it's not a championship that everybody wants.
Right.
The one, the big one, the Larry O'Brien. But we set out to make a goal and we achieved that goal. So just because of that, I'm thrilled. I thought it was a very good game. The Spurs are going to be a problem in the future. Um, I think you know, I think just we have a whole bunch of vets versus a lot of not rookies, but they have a couple good rookies, but they also have like 1 and 3 year players that's getting a lot of minutes with them too. So I think our experience pretty much handled them in the fourth quarter. I think that was a huge part of it. A big part of it was Wimby being on a minutes restriction also. There's still no excuses for them though. Yeah, I'm elated. Like I'm glad we achieved our goal. Like it was good for our guys to achieve something.
Yeah, I agree with that. So you're saying we dodged a bullet with Wimby on the minutes?
Not necessarily dodge a bullet. Like I don't want to use no excuses for them because they could have like they was handling us 3 out of the 4 quarters. So I wouldn't say
Right,
that they can't beat us like they've been beating everybody else without him. And he actually played. So even though he didn't get as many minutes as he usually does, there's still no excuse for them. They lost. Like they lost
right,
that game.
right, right. Yeah, for sure. Ajay, your thoughts on the game?
On the game itself,
Um,
like
However whatever you want to.
all right. So again, the NBA Cup, to me is it's another game. It's not really, So let's say in the Knicks were in it, so I'm in it. I'm interested. If it wasn't the Knicks, I would have been like going on about my business if I'm not interested in the teams, or I don't care for the teams that are playing. So, and having said that, I'm really happy for the guys. Like, you see that they were really excited to have won the game. They were really hyped about it, and they obviously it means something to them because they went out and played their hearts out. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, kudos to them. They put the effort, they worked hard, and they won the game. You know, San Antonio tried really hard to, but the New York Knicks came through with the dub and with the cup. And it's hey, it's a good feeling. You know, it's a good feeling. I was watching it, I was really excited, and I was also excited that that was the only game that was on yesterday, obviously. So the world was focused on that game, and the world was able to see what we've been seeing in our team. So they, maybe some people take it with it. Some people like hate the Knicks no matter what, but at least they see that these guys could go out there and ball and come out with a win, even when they have another team that's playing really hard and that's super talented, super athletic, super fast, and you got Wemby in there, which is like nobody could do anything with, and we somehow managed to beat him. So that's good. That's very good.
I mean, but not just that. San Antonio was the better team for 3 quarters. They were the better team for 3 quarters. Well, I thought statistically they were pretty even the first half.
Yeah.
The second and third quarter they were really good, but the Knicks in the fourth quarter just was able to turn it around. I mean, it was 35-19. In that fourth quarter, because there was a time when I was like, wow, we got down by 11. I'm like, whoa, you know, but it was like they just turned on a switch and just got multiple contributions in that in that fourth quarter. And Jordan Clarkson, he was our leading scorer in the second half. He was the leading scorer in the fourth quarter. It is an experience watching him play, but as Geoff would say, but last night he was great. And Kolek, I can't say enough. Like I said all of this on the on the cap show. Mike Brown going to him. Soon as Brunson turned the ball over in the corner, he was just like, oh no, oh no, we need another ball handler. And listen, I thought Bridges. I said it in the first quarter. I think me and DJ Shuttle was texting. He was struggling getting the ball over the court with the high trip. I was like, Lord, Stephon Castle and them cats, they was into him. And Mike Brown made that, great decision, to go back to Kolek. But Kolek played well enough in the first half and these last few games that he felt comfortable going to him. And Kolek was, a career game for him.
Steph, we going with individual players too?
If you want to, where do you want to start?
Start with your man, OG Anunoby.
Start with OG. Kept us in the game in that first quarter, in that first half.
The first half, man, OG Anunoby looked like Superman out there, man. I think maybe that's why I'd be so pissed when he had like normal games. When he looked like that, he looked like nobody can guard him out there. Like he was getting everything that he wanted. He was still playing, good defense on that end, but stuff was falling for him. He was aggressive. He was going to the basket, bumping people off his shoulders. Like OG Anunoby looked like an all-star last night. Kind of fizzled off in the second half, but like you said, like the first half was the reason we was in the game in the first place. A lot of that have to do, since we're going to do individual players, I'm not going to talk about Bridges yet, but
it's okay.
But a big part of OG Anunoby having, or why it was so big, is because the other wingstop dude was struggling. Like my X factor was like a Y factor last night. Like, why the hell are you playing like this? Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I know we in Vegas. I don't know if he had like some bad food the night before or something like that, but Bridges did not look like himself. I do agree with you with the ball handling, and he was getting hemmed up by a whole bunch of guards and stuff like that. But I thought like he actually looked, I don't think it had to do with them. I thought it was just a bad Bridges game for some reason. But yeah, but back to OG Anunoby, he was great, man. He looked like an all-star. And if he continues to play like that, we're gonna keep having those, Kawhi Leonard 2.0 type of conversations that I was talking about before.
That you didn't
Because
want
he
to have.
that I did not want to have, because these games are so few and far between sometimes with him playing like that. The way that he played in the first half was completely awesome. I have nothing negative to say about him tonight.
And just the confidence. Like one shot he pulled
Right.
over the left corner. I think was it Wemby was playing him. Somebody was in his face. I'm like,
Yep, pulled him
okay.
anyway.
And yeah, he pulled it anyway, and he made it. He kept us in that game. There's no doubt about it. He was our leading scorer for the game. Only had 8 in the second half, but that was fine. Like he did what he was supposed to do, and he still hit a big shot in that fourth quarter. That pass from Kolek across his body, across the lane to him in the corner, and excuse me, he knocked it down for us. OG was phenomenal, phenomenal last night. Just really good. And to piggyback off of Bridges, he had a bad game, and it happens.
Right.
He didn't shoot well, it happens. But that ball handling was what got me why I was a little concerned. But other than that, as far as the other aspects of his game, it happens. You have a bad game, you have a bad shooting night. Like I'm not panicking over, Mikal Bridges. Oh, we should put him in the trade for Giannis, and like relax. Like I got one of them texts last night. Like relax. He's been playing well. He had a bad game. Ajay, anything on OG and Bridges?
Well, I mean, Queen OG was a beast. Like Jerrell said, he kept us, like scoring wise, he's kept it in the game in the first half. But then the activity, the defense, and the little bit of scoring he did in the second half. So the second half, he didn't score a lot of points, but the points he hit are clean, timely shots. Right? When we needed them, like those corner threes, they came in at the right time. That wraparound from Kolek and that three, I think that put us ahead by 3. So it's those are just as important as volume, but the timing that those things come in. And then I don't know, he's got a few steals, like diving on the floor, getting the ball. There's a shot he missed, the rebound came to him, and I thought we lost that ball. And when the smoke cleared, OG came up with it.
Right.
How'd he get it? So yeah, he definitely, what did he score? 28, 29 points. He scored something up there.
I believe it was 28.
Yep, 28-9.
Yeah, I mean it was a great all-around game from OG Anunoby. Great all-around game. So yeah, we obviously don't win that game without him and other guys, but yeah, he definitely he was the man last night.
Yeah, he definitely was. Listen, I thought the Knicks dodged a bullet because they were getting into the lane at whenever they wanted to, however they wanted to. They were able to get into the lane and pass it out to the 3-point shooters who were just missing open shots. I'm not taking anything away from the Knicks, but I cannot wait for Deuce to come back to kind of help with our perimeter defense and point of attack defense. Anything else? I mean, are we going to talk about we're going to go with Mitch, we want to go with Kolek, we want to go with Mike Brown, where we want to go?
Let's go with Kolek. It was like a good coming out party for Kolek.
I thought so.
Tyler Kolek, talk about confidence with OG Anunoby. I think Tyler Kolek was one of the few games that I've seen him that he didn't look out of place. Like he didn't look like a young guy. He looked like a vet out there. Like, and I think a big part of that when it comes to young players in general is confidence. Like he seemed like he was completely confident in what he was doing. He didn't second guess himself. He didn't hesitate on any of his shots. He didn't hesitate on the passes. Like he knew exactly where everybody was supposed to be, and he delivered the ball where they wanted it. Like he was awesome. I think it was the best game I've ever seen him play as a pro. A lot of young kids from the G League or rookies in general, even if you're a high draft pick, usually when you're successful, you get successful when you start getting the confidence. I think confidence has a lot to do with professional sports in general. Because everybody is talented in the NBA. Everybody is talented on the Knicks. It's about confidence, and if you're willing to make those passes, you're willing to make those shots. Kolek was awesome. It was his best game as a Knick.
I thought so too. You give him an open shot, he gonna pull. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. He was
No hesitation.
yeah, yeah. And it wasn't even the points. It wasn't even the points. It was just how he changed the game for us. You couldn't load up on Brunson. Brunson wasn't now tasked with being a primary ball handler. He could play a little freer. And Kolek got into the lane, it seemed like whenever he wanted to.
Steph, he 14, 5, and 5 in only 20 minutes.
Yep.
That's amazing stats, man. Wow.
What could you say other than that?
That's wow. But I mean, Queen, I don't know. You don't want to jump the gun, but you can't talk about Kolek without talking about Mike Brown for putting him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I don't know if I'm sure we're gonna get to that, but I don't know if you want to.
You could talk about it right now if you want.
Listen, and this is what I like, and I say this all the time, right? A coach is really you're a manager. Like in other sports, they call it manager, right? For a reason, because you're managing. You're not really coaching, but you're managing the team at the same time, which is, I guess, coaching and doing other stuff, right? At one point, Mike Brown had a lineup of Jalen Brunson, Tyler Kolek, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, and Cat and Karl Anthony Towns. That was like super unorthodox. Like, I don't know.
There was another one worse than that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what made him go that way. Like, what made him put that lineup. But guess what? It worked. You had two ball handlers, two bigs in the middle, grabbing rebounds. One of them can shoot, from a distance. And you had the guy in the middle, meaning Josh Hart, like he was doing his part. The activity on defense, grabbing a rebound, flying out of everywhere, jumping all over the place, grabbing a rebound, playing defense. That lineup worked at that moment when they put it in the game. I don't know. I would have never thought I'd see that lineup, especially in the game of that quote unquote importance. But he pulled it off and it was successful.
I mean, for me, it's just trying it. I mean, you don't know when you put it out there whether it's going to be successful or not. So there was one lineup where he had the three guards out there: Kolek, Clarkson, Brunson, with OG and Mitch. What I like about him is he's not playing the game on paper, right? Because if you're playing the game on paper, you'll be like, oh, I'm not even playing Kolek in this game. Or I'm going to give him a little look in the first quarter, see, in the first half, see how he does. And if he doesn't do well, he's not coming back. I'm definitely not going to play 2 or 3 small guards against Castle and Vassell and all. And I'm just not going to do it. But he's not playing the game on paper. He's like, you know what, let's put it out here and see. And I also think he has a belief that the offense is going to outplay the defense. I think a lot of times we just look at, those guys can't defend. But if the offense is rolling and you're scoring and you're a net positive, it's still good. It's still good. So I just like that he doesn't let what doesn't look like it's going to be a good matchup on paper hinder him from trying it. And it worked out. And sometimes it won't. And if it doesn't, he'll make the change, I believe.
But Queen, it wasn't just the defense, and because those guys, they were putting the effort in on the defensive end. You know what I'm saying? They weren't just standing around. Kolek was defending, and Jalen Brunson was defending. Those guys were playing defense. They're not defenders, but they were playing defense out there.
Not only did Mike Brown play that lineup, he played it in the clutch too.
In the clutch,
fourth quarter, late with the game on the line.
That's what's amazing about what he did. It's not just trying out in some mid-season game that, like, really, if you lose it, it's 1 out of 82, right? So it's the NBA Cup which whether we like it or not, it means something to certain people, right? And he's willing to try it on the big stage in the clutch. That's it. It's not just trying, man. I feel like he trusted it to go with it at that moment in the game.
Yeah, he did. But I'm saying it could have backfired too.
True.
But the fact that even if it did, I'm pretty sure he would have just made the change.
Mhm.
Right? If it didn't work, he would have just made the change. But you're right, he trusted it, you know? And I'm pretty sure he looks at lineup data as well. I'm not sure what that lineup. I have to look at it myself, you know? But they were in there with two strong defenders. The three guard lineup, at least, with OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson, who had a throwback defensive game last night. Mitchell Robinson has not been great defensively, in my opinion. I don't think his rim protection has been that great. I don't think teams have been hesitant to go into the key and challenge him this season. But last night, and this is the offensive rebounds aside, because I think he's been pretty consistent with that
Mhm.
for the season. His defense on Wemby was really good. I thought his rotations was good. I thought his activity was good. I just thought this was one of his better or best defensive games last night. Like he just looked like himself on the defensive end. What did you guys think
You talking about just Mitch in general?
last night? Last night or in general, however you want. Yeah.
Well,
You
last
think
night,
I'm overplaying it, Jerrell?
no, you're not overplaying. Like last night, Mitch was awesome. Like he came in for Cat. Cat actually was hurt, right? Like Cat got hurt with a calf injury, left the game. That's why I think his minutes was a little low. I think he would have played more minutes, but Mitch stepped up in his absence, and
Absolutely.
it actually looked like Mitchell Robinson. Like you said, the past couple weeks, Mitch hasn't been looking like himself, and we've been saying it. Ultimately, we just want Mitch to be a star in his role, like we always talk about. He was definitely a star in his role last night. 18 minutes, 15 rebounds. Like, what is there bad to say about Mitchell Robinson? He had an awesome game too. Like, he had an OG Anunoby game, just his type of OG Anunoby game.
Nice.
Like, there's a couple people who didn't have good games. Like Bridges didn't have a good game. Brunson didn't particularly have a good game.
Talk about that. Yep.
Yeah, we will talk about that too. But Mitchell Robinson, he had a great game. That's the Mitchell Robinson that we really need. And if we're going to win a championship, we need that Mitchell Robinson. Like it'll be so much of a plus if we can get defense like that on in a 7-game series. Like they wouldn't know what to do with him other than foul him, and he has to work on his foul shots. That's the only down part of his game right now.
Yeah. And on those offensive rebounds, he's not really looking to put them up. I think he's doing his own spray, where he'll get an offensive rebound and he automatically turns to the 3-point line, like above the break, to pass it out for wide. I mean, you're not going to get a more wide open shot than that off an offensive rebound, and turn around and pass it out to the 3-point line for, wide open shots. And he was responsible for a lot of them.
He tried a couple times though. He tried to put it back up.
He did. Wemby got him once.
Yeah, Wemby got him once, and he didn't do it again after that. But a couple times, like Mitch was actually aggressive. I was actually shocked because, like you said, most of the time he is, getting it and just spraying it out, which makes sense, especially since we're a 3-point shooting team, or at least want to be. We shoot them like we want to be. So if any
40 or 41 last night,
right? So if all of our cats is going to get sprays like that from Mitchell Robinson, then it's all good. But yeah, he tried to put it up a couple times. I actually like that. I want him to do it a little more so he can get comfortable doing it. That's all. But yeah, he was awesome, man. Mitch was great.
Do you think maybe he quickly passed the ball to avoid? Like I don't think that really stop people from fouling him, but at least it takes the attention away from him. If the ball is not in his hands, they won't foul him, or maybe something like that.
True,
like try to go away from the from having to shoot free throws.
I get that, but if you right under the basket, like if they're gonna foul you, at least let it be an and one. because you're right under the basket. He's strong. Mitch is definitely strong enough to go up against almost anybody in the league straight up if he's right there at the rim.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I want him to go up a little bit more. I know he's scared of the foul line, but if you're scared of something, it's going to find you. Like, the more he's scared of it and the worse he gets at foul shooting, he's going to get on the line more and more. They're going to put him on the line more and more.
I wonder, do you think the coaching staff is telling him to do that?
What, the
To
spray
look
or
for
go?
three-point shot, if it's not a, because I'm like, wow, how things have changed.
Right?
Like, you got it right underneath the
Yep.
basket and you're going to pass it out for three.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what they're telling him to do. I don't know.
I think so. Because it seemed like it's a conscious effort because it switched. He didn't do this before this year.
No.
So I think it's a Mike Brown thing or whoever is coordinated in the offense. Like we got an offense coordinator now, right? Like we a
Yes.
football team.
Yes.
We got coordinators now. You know what I'm saying?
Mitch, don't shoot. Don't shoot, Mitch.
Don't shoot. You got to be right there at the net if you're going to shoot.
Right. Yeah. Thought Mitch was good. Brunson inefficient last night. I think he shot 40.7%, 20% from the free throw line, if I remember correctly. Excuse me, from the 3-point line, and only went to the free throw line 4 times. I think that was a big part of their strategy as well. Do not put him on the line. I thought Stephon Castle did a great job, just making it difficult for him to get to the spots that he wanted to get to. I thought the Knicks did a better job in the first quarter with somebody else bringing the ball down and then Brunson, getting it. And then in the second and third quarter, we kind of went away from that. And Brunson was bringing the ball down, a lot. And the Knicks did okay on some possessions, screening Castle so that Brunson can get the switch, But then after a while, he was just fighting over them. And Brunson was just inefficient last night. Obviously, he still has gravity, when he's on the floor, whether he's hitting or not. And he did hit some, big shots in the fourth quarter. But talk about what you saw from Brunson last night.
I might be a little selfish because I'm thinking of the future. And since I already know what Jalen Brunson is, I actually love games where he had bad games and we still win. Because that means somebody else is stepping up. And not only did he not have a good game, it's not like Cat has any type of offensive explosion. He had 16 points himself. Not saying that he was struggling anything, but he only had 16 points. So if our 2 all-stars are only going to combine for less than 40 points and we still win the game, and Bridges didn't have a good game, that means somebody on the bench or a couple people on the bench, really, really stepped up. And we didn't have Deuce this game either. So for our 2 all-stars to have like a lackluster game on the offensive end and for us to still win this cup against the Spurs, who's a very, very good team, like Brunson did not have a good game. I could honestly say that, but we won anyway.
I think that's what makes us. That's, I think, why I was really excited about the win. Like, I wanted to see how we match up against San Antonio. How do we match up against these guards? How do we try to keep these guys out the paint? And to your point, Brunson wasn't dominant last night. And in that fourth quarter, we just got so many contributions from different players. It was a sight to see. So, to your point, I like that about this team. Ajay, any thoughts?
So Brunson, he was very ineffective yesterday, but he still scored 25 points. I guess he made it up on volume.
Shots, though. Yeah.
He made yeah. But and you're right, he had a terrible game and we still won. And it was a comfortable win too. Of course, like you
think
said,
it was comfortable?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It might have been comfortable in the last 2 minutes.
No. So in the fourth quarter, we played the third quarter they beat us. To me, the first 2 quarters were pretty even. The third quarter they had, but the minute the start quarter started, once we turned the corner and took that lead, there was no. I mean, we were. Listen, when I say comfortable, I mean we never trailed, we never had to catch up, but we stayed ahead. We stayed ahead.
I mean, once we got the lead.
Once we got the lead.
Yeah, once we got the lead. And we got the lead fairly early in the fourth quarter, if I remember correctly. It wasn't late. It wasn't like, I mean, we had a lead. The lead shrunk. We built up on it again. It shrunk, got down to 3, and we built up on it. So it was, listen, at least watching the game, I never felt that we were going to lose that game. I mean, anything can happen. But I didn't. We had the momentum.
When we was I was like, I don't believe this shit.
I was mad at you. I ain't gonna lie.
And which is why when Clarkson hit that 3 to tie it, man, I was pumped because I'm like, all right, here we go. And then he hit another one to put us ahead. I was like, oh, they Kolek to OG. I was like,
at one point it didn't look good.
It didn't look
good in the third.
I never felt I'm talking about in the fourth. I never felt we were going to lose that game because, we didn't have. So even at the half, the fact that we literally had one guy playing well in the first quarter and we were only down by 2.
First half.
In the first quarter, in the first half. And we were only down by 2. So that's already a sign that, okay, they pretty much giving you all they have and you're still right there with them. Sometimes watching game, it goes the same way the other way around. Sometimes you feel that the Knicks are killing somebody, and you look at the score, we're only up by 2 points. And yesterday it happened in reverse. So I was surprised in the third quarter they pulled away a little bit, but once the fourth quarter started and we caught up, I was like, oh yeah, we probably this one's in the bag. Like unless something crazy happened, but. Like it's the back and forth. You feel like we were on we had our foot on the gas. We weren't gonna let up on that one.
The Knicks made some big shots to close that out, including Josh Hart at the top of the key. I'm like, Lord,
listen, he played very well yesterday. I don't know what his. Let me look at his stats, but
he was okay. But he only played 30 minutes. Mike Brown pulled him.
Yeah,
Mike Brown pulled him. He only played 30 minutes. But when he got back in the game, he hit that shot. I was sitting there like, Brunson, why you give him the ball? I was mad. I was like, yo, what you doing? He pulled up and knocked it down.
Yeah, Mike Brown did a lot. Mike Brown did a lot of coaching.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Like he was calling timeout. Like soon as things was getting slipped away. Like we didn't talk about Cat yet too. Like Cat, Cat has been playing defense very well compared to how he's, how he has been playing sometimes.
A lot of effort.
But it was sometimes in that game where like little lapses. They kept, throwing the ball over his head. He kept getting, pick and roll was pretty bad. Mike Brown called a timeout and fixed it. Like quick too. Like I like stuff like that. Like he didn't just keep.
Jerrell, I'm watching the game and I text Queen. I said, so how many times are we gonna allow that alley-oop?
Right.
It's like one after the other.
I think it was like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Foul
somebody or something.
That's the team. And when you don't have perimeter defenders,
and
those guards get into the key, Cat has to, he steps up. So if he steps up, what's happening behind him? Right. So even Stan Van Gundy said it, but then if he stays back, now you're giving up the jump shot. You know what I mean? So that's a team thing. That wasn't Cat. That's the team. What's the rotation? Maybe he called the timeout to say, listen, this is what we're gonna do, but this is when you miss dues. We could not keep those guys out the lane at all. Thank goodness. Somebody said in the chat they were 14 or 42 or something like that. Thank goodness.
They couldn't shoot.
Yeah, they could not shoot. Yeah. But talking about Cat, his defensive rotations last night.
Definitely better.
He might have missed a few. Maybe. No, but I thought his rotations were crisp, on point, correct. He had a verticality or two. I just thought his defense last night was good. And it's been like that the past few games. That part of his defense, but let the analytics tell it. His overall defense has been really good this season as well. So let's see if that continues. That bodes well for the Knicks.
I'm trying to figure out what else is there to talk about the game. Because it's not like we played a whole bunch of people. Like we went through everybody.
We played
Brunson, yeah, Hook Porty came in there for like a good 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So you got to count that stuff. You got to count it.
We played 8.12 players.
He had a steal.
He did.
He had a steal. But yeah, it was really 8 players. And plus Cat got hurt and was out. So yeah, that was a good gutty win. It was, playoff atmosphere. Brunson won MVP.
Do you think he should have?
Yeah, because unless people think that the MVP is for the game, because if it's for the game, probably OG Anunoby should have got it. But the MVP is not for the game. The MVP is for the whole tournament. And for the whole tournament, Brunson averaged like 32 on like 50-something% shooting. So yes, he should have definitely won MVP of the cup, because it's not the championship MVP. It's that all cup MVP.
Right.
Some people don't know that though.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So somebody out there keeping track of like all the game, I guess.
Yeah. Because it's a real tournament, all that stuff count. They were regular season games. If anything,
Ajay, he says somebody keep track of all the stats.
If anything, they don't keep track of this game that just passed, because this is the game that didn't count. All the other ones did.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think all the other games count as regular season games anyway, right?
Yes. But the championship didn't. Yeah. Like, I don't think the stats count for like that. I don't think the stats go for their season stats or anything. Like, it's pretty much an exhibition game. That's why it's not on the schedule.
Right. All right, let's get to the chat, and then we'll talk about if there's anything you want to take away from this game. One way or another. We'll get to that, but let's just shout out the chat. What is that? SBKLS Brooklyn 3262. You're live. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. Ally Wise, I appreciate you. Born Freedom. Let's go, family. Baby steps. DJ Space Ghost, I appreciate you. David Smith, appreciate you as well. Nick Yak in the house, appreciate you. All right. Jamrock always, which he going right to the tray. All right, yeah. We won the cup. But would you trade Paco and Yabusele?
I see what we on tonight. Now I'm saying they don't care about the cup. They don't care that we won. Everybody celebrating or whatever. What's up with this trade though? Yabusele just on the bench wasting.
Yeah,
one of the questions I was going to ask after the break was, after shouting out the chat, was, given how we played in the cup, particularly last night, given the multiple contributions we had, and you guys can mull on this, has that changed your mind as to whether or not the Knicks need to make any changes this season, right? It's one thing to see them against Washington and Cleveland. It's another thing to see them against one of the top 5 teams and what's supposed to be a better conference. So has that changed your mind as to whether or not you think the Knicks need to make roster changes? That's for the chat as well. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Nick Yak, go ahead. You were going to say something, Jerrell?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Spurs long athletic and have Wemby defense was tough. We put up 124, not shooting well in the first half.
Not shooting well and missing players still.
And missing players. Like
Cat was injured, no Deuce, no Shamet.
Yep.
I wanted to talk about Shamet too.
Okay.
Well, after the chat though.
Okay. No reason for Brunson to play 41 minutes yesterday. Absolutely there was. Who else was handling the ball? You just gonna have Kolek out there by himself? Come on. All right.
Wow. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, they wanted to win the game.
Right. That's why he played.
How do you not play Brunson? Okay.
I mean, if you want to say he could have played 38? Like, do you feel like he was like
No, not even. Mikal
No,
Bridges was
not you.
having
I'm
a
talking
bad
about David
game.
Smith. I'm talking about David Smith. Did he feel like he should have kept his minutes down a little bit to risk,
And when Cat went out with the calf injury, so you wanted them to sit like he had to play all that time, and Cat went out, and then Cat came back. I actually thought Cat was going to be done for the game.
I thought so too.
Because they actually said that he was questionable. I kind of figured that he was going to be doubtful coming in because the calf injury, that's, that could be something serious, to be honest. And he came back and gutted it out. And that's when, Brunson was able to get maybe a little bit of rest. But you can't, if Cat is out, you can't have Brunson on the bench just because he's having an inefficient game. Like, he has to shoot out of that. And plus the gravity of him being on the court. Like, it just makes sense. He had to play a lot of minutes last night.
He had nobody else because Mikal Bridges was not having. Mikal Bridges, it's not like he was inefficient. He wasn't having a good game at all. Like, he wasn't scoring. Brunson was inefficient, but at least he was getting the ball in the hole. And like you said, he has gravity. But if you didn't put Brunson, who were you gonna put in there?
Right, because it's not about his shooting. Like, some nights he's gonna have hard shooting nights, but that don't mean you put him on the bench.
I'm curious, David Smith. Please answer. Like, how would you do? Would you, like, who were you gonna put in there if you didn't put Brunson 41 minutes? What do you do? Increase Mikal Bridges' minutes?
And I think also you got to keep in mind we were down, and like maybe if we were up in the third quarter, maybe he gets some rest.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta remember that we were down 11 in the third. We didn't take the lead until the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
A la Wise said, Cat faked the injury. When we got the trophy, his legs wasn't hurting no more. It was all smiles ear to ear, huh? A la Wise, crazy.
Salute, Darlene. Brian, we appreciate you.
Brian.
Salute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Shamrock always wanted a few games in his career or this season. He has played a lot better this season. I take it he's talking about Kolek. I haven't seen
a few games career or this season. He played a lot better than. That could go for. I don't know who he was talking about. I wasn't watching the chat while we was talking.
I think he's talking about Kolek. Let us know, Jamrock, always, if you're talking about Kolek.
Yeah, who that pertained to?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought Kolek had a career. And even if he's had better stats, wouldn't you factor in the type of game that it is?
Yeah, and in 20 minutes, 14, 5, and 5, he's never done that. Like, I can say that that's his best statistical game of his career.
And he played 10 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he was balling.
10 of those minutes were in the fourth quarter. Yeah. But that's interesting. I mean, that's why we have the shows, because everyone has, we watch the game, but we have different opinions of it. Tibbs would never ever do something like that. I think he's talking about playing Kolek, I think,
and
in
Brunson,
the fourth quarter.
And
Brunson together. Okay.
Yeah. We if that's the only way to win that game, and like we would have lost it with Tibbs because he wasn't going to do that.
Right.
He's right about that. He wasn't going to put those two small guards and the two big lineup and Josh Hart. Well, Josh Hart would have been in there, but that was like such a awkward lineup. It was very, very strange. And
we say, regardless of who the coach is, we want him to be, flexible during the game and be able to adjust. So
we saw that yesterday.
Right. Nick Yak, we played Tibbs 8-man rotation and half court sets. Main difference, he let the hot hand play late in the fourth. I mean, we've gone over this. I do think there's some similarities between Brown and and Thibodeau, but I think he's different enough, in my opinion, that it'll make a difference. We're not going to really know until we get to the playoffs. Wise, Bridges had a slow game on Christmas. Tibbs stuck with him, and he saved us the game with 41. You don't know when you're making these decisions, right? A guy is struggling, you take him out. You're right. You might take him out right before he was about to hit his stride. You never know. you keep them in there, they never hit their stride. Like there's just no way to know.
And plus, I don't think he didn't take him out just because he wasn't hitting his shots either. I think Bridges had like a bad game overall.
And the ball handling.
Right.
Did you see Brunson struggling?
Brunson makes some boneheaded plays down the stretch too. I'm not just talking about this game either.
Right.
Like that's like he's been doing that like since he's got here though. He's just so good he makes up for it. But sometimes in the fourth, he had like a ball that just dribble off his foot for no reason. Like I don't like some of that stuff. Like, yo, what is he doing?
I'm like, why? He was like, I thought we was back in last season. He's just bringing the ball up, bringing the ball. I was like, yo, what? And then it goes off his foot. He was like, nah, we need another ball handler in here. And
there was a risky pass down the middle. I forgot who he was trying to hit, but like, what is he doing? Like it was like a fake no look something in the middle of the lane in the fourth quarter. Just gave it up.
Yeah. 15 rebounds in 18 minutes is damn good. Talking about Mitchell Robinson. In game, there was one point where Wemby got the ball on the 3-point line. Mitch meets him at the 3-point line. Wemby goes for the 3, and Mitch leaps up, and I think just alters the trajectory of the shot. Yeah. Thought Mitch was good last night. Coach in the building.
Salute,
Appreciate you, Coach. Knick loyalty. It is wise of Mitch to pass the ball out rather than get fouled. If he gets fouled and goes to the line and miss, it's an empty offensive possession. Provided he doesn't make the shot. Like I'm thinking that, he'll make the shot, and if he misses the and one, so be it. But I hear what you're saying.
Right.
If he doesn't make the shot, it's an empty. Okay.
Yeah. We just talk about him just being right under the damn basket. He's 7 something. Mm-hmm. Like he could just go like this and he's touching the net just by putting his arms up.
Mm-hmm. Coach says Stephon Castle will be a top 15 player in the NBA at some point. If that shot comes around, he definitely will.
If that shot comes around, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
He has everything else.
Yeah. Don't the Prince Bum. Don't get me to trying to pronounce that name. Appreciate you. My early days of MBK, we was on that panel together, night after night, game after game. Appreciate you. Hope all is well with you and yours. Latoria, I appreciate you.
Salute.
The others carried us last night. Cat and Brunson didn't have great offensive games. They did not. And he said the Spurs guards were held to 14 of 42 shooting from the field. That was some of it was self-check though. Like I'm not sure how much of that was the Knicks. I think some of it was. I think some of it was also them just missing open shots. LIY said, we say Brunson was inefficient, but the Spurs guard shot worse. They did.
That's true.
They did. The Knicks were better at the end of the game. The Knicks were better in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, points in the paint, offensive rebound, second chance. Like they were just, at the end of the night, better in every aspect. Sherwin, if Brunson had such a terrible game, why was he named the MVP? I think we talked about that. I think it's based on the overall tournament, not just the game.
Yep.
Okay. A-Train.
Shout out to A-Train.
When they held up that cut, I said, man, oh man, let that be the Larry O'Brien 6 months.
Man.
Yeah. Nick Yak thought it was a comfortable win. I believe we were going to win. We missed bunnies and a lot of shots the first half and almost tied it. Okay. Darlene Bryant, I did too. It wasn't a comfortable win for me. All right.
So real quick, I think it is something that we didn't have a good game and still scored 124 points on the Spurs.
No doubt.
Like the Spurs ain't no slouch. Like they are a good basketball team with young guns back there. Some of it probably did have to do with Wemby not playing, that many minutes, but they were beating people without Wemby at all. Not, let alone
they were
a
9-3, I think, without him or something
right.
like that.
They was one of the hottest teams in the league, along with us in the past 10 games. So yeah, we had an impressive game overall. I think just our main guys wasn't hitting, so it just looked bad.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. All right. So, given what we saw last night, Wiz, appreciate you. I was not anxious, but Castle was a little concerning. OJ did the darn thing. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Given what we saw last night, you guys still feel, and this is for the chat as well, replay gang, that the Knicks need roster changes, or some players grew up last night? Like you saw them in like a more competitive environment, and has it changed your mind on anything?
Ajay, you want to go first?
Wait, say that again, Queen.
Ajay, when you was in school, the teacher always had to call on you, or did you sometimes just raise your hand?
No, I was looking at some stats.
I'll go first. Over. Well, Ajay, she said, how do you feel about going forward? Like, does that change?
Given what you saw as far as the roster is concerned, like, you want to rock out with what we have? You feel confident?
Listen, we could always improve. Right? Listen, we're doing okay this season, right? But we're not number one. We're not top in the East, right? So there's another team better than us, at least based on record, right? Mm-hmm. And structurally, there's a couple of adjustments there's a couple of things we could make that would make the team better. It's just that you don't know that we're going to be able to make those things because of our financial situation and what they have in the coffers. You know what I'm saying? So we may not be able to make any moves. But there are certain guys. I mean, listen, it's kind of glaring that yesterday Yabusele didn't sniff the court at all. Right?
That's another question that I have for you guys. Like, is that the end of his time in New York?
That was my answer to this question.
I think so, because
so it's hand in hand, right?
Yeah, I mean, you figure he would get. I mean, he's just not on the coach's list of players that he want to play. And it's not like they haven't given him shot. They've given him chances. He just haven't been able to perform. So is that? I don't know when is he? When is the Knicks able to
December,
to trade him?
Soon.
No, that passed already.
It's
December 15th. Right? Yeah, that passed already. So we are able to make trades. We just maybe Mikal Bridges can't be traded until I think February. But other than that, I think everybody else is fair game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Yabusele's not making a whole lot of money, so it's not like he's gonna bring in like a top-notch player. But if he's over here not contributing, we might be looking to make a move and find somebody else who actually can help. So you can always improve.
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Knick Nation, let me know if you want me to drop the link. If you want to hop on with us, you definitely can. I'm okay with the Knicks staying pat. Like, I'm not one that feel the Knicks have to win the championship this year. Let me preface it by saying that. I'm okay seeing what this team can do in the playoffs. And if they win it, great. And if they don't, at least you saw this team go through the playoffs and you have a better sense of what you need. So if the Knicks decide they want to stand pat, I'm cool with it.
I don't know. I agree with both of you. Just because we won the cup last night, that don't mean we can beat good teams in a 7-game series. Ball handling and not a good, but hopefully a good backup power forward would be ideal for us. Only thing about the ball handling, we have to remember that Shamet and Deuce isn't playing. So even though we had ball handling issues last night, we still had 3 guards handling the ball at the same time at one point. And we have 2 guards that aren't playing right now because of injury. So that is 5 guards. So
but obviously, are you confident that their ball handling is going to make a difference?
It's better than what we had. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like they can't be better. Obviously, we could improve, but I'm just trying to think the pieces that we're able to take away. Who are we willing to give up in order to get another backup guard when we have like 8 guards on this team? like, like we just switching guards for guards just because one is a better ball handler than the next, but they give away the ball handling dude that we get. Mike can't play no damn defense. Then what? If we give up Deuce, or if we give up Shamet with his intangibles and stuff. And I didn't even plan on Shamet getting a lot of minutes in the rotation
either.
Just like Tyler Kolek. We didn't expect Tyler Kolek to get, 20 minutes last night and play in the fourth quarter. But he stepped up and did it. But that's not something, ideal going into the playoffs or going into the finals with Tyler Kolek playing fourth quarter minutes. That wasn't expected from me at all.
Yeah. Let me just chime in with the chat on this particular issue. A-Train, with Yabusele, what didn't happen in Vegas stays in Vegas. May not be on the return flight home.
Hey, man. Hey.
Oh, boy. Knick Nation, the show is from, yeah. That's this thing in StreamYard. Like now you can show the show in landscape and vertical,
like,
right?
Yeah, phone mode. So
portrait, portrait and landscape.
Yeah, portrait and landscape, and so they just create 2 shows in order to do it that way.
Right. Your show is definitely not the only one who does it. Everybody who uses StreamYard and clicks that option, it does it for everybody.
Okay. Sharon, I am one who wants to win a championship this year. Okay. All right. Coach, don't let the cup get to your head now. Make a deal to get better.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Edward Walker, not okay if Knicks are not playing for the chip. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
I think they'll make a trade though. I think they're gonna figure something out.
Who you willing to give up?
And what do we need? Let me just do this comment.
Okay.
Randu 1973. For me, man, it is finals or bust. I didn't see championship or bust. I said finals or bust. Okay. All right. East Blue Drew, it's okay. You in the building. We appreciate you.
Salute.
Better late than never.
Okay. We don't need a backup guard in Brown system. Did you see that? Okay.
Shout out to Sherwin.
Shout out to Sharon. Wiz, I want to give Yabusele and Daddy A more time, but right now they are the only ones I would consider moving. Only if we get is that Sohan, right, from San Antonio?
Yeah.
He's out of the rotation, I believe. Or
what he gonna do with us though? He can't shoot. Nah,
we need him to shoot though. Can we get some length? Somebody that could play 3. Yeah, I guess
he has left, plays defense, but I think of him as more as another wing than another 4. But he does play the 4. Like Wiz is right.
He is a wing, like a 3-4, but right, he ain't no stretch.
Not a stretch 4. Like I expect him to be like a backup of OG Anunoby, not a backup from like, Cat or
no.
Somebody, somebody that's a real big man. I don't consider him a big man.
Right.
You need a big.
This may be for those who think the Knicks need a wing. There are some out there who feel like the Knicks need a 3-4.
Yeah, true.
So that may be where Sohan and Sadiq Bey is. And Sadiq Bey is back from what I understand and averaging like 14 points per game. We'll see.
I didn't even know he was back.
Yeah. Rand, I don't want to give up Deuce or Shamet. Both of them are having career highs before the injuries. Look.
So that means we ain't giving up nobody then.
And listen, Shamet is filler. If somebody wants Shamet, and I don't like Shamet. If somebody wants Shamet, I don't know if he's holding up a trade.
Steph, we didn't think he was going to make the damn team in the training camp. Remember, he was one of the ones that we said that was going to be out. Yeah. So yeah, we could get rid of Shamet if we could get somebody better than him.
Y'all for real gonna break up what we got? That's the question on the table, East Blue True. That's what I'm asking you. Given what you saw, do you feel like, let's just rock with this team? Or are you in the camp that, listen, if we can get better, we should get better? So I'm asking you, what's your thoughts?
I could definitely see people having both sides of that.
Yeah. Wings that can score with size. Okay. Okay. Snipes Entertainment. The Cup is an exhibition game that should not be played because it adds to meaningless games, age, risk, injury. Now some Knicks are on the injury reports for the next game. That can happen with any in any game.
Yeah, they got paid for that, so
Right.
handsomely too.
Yeah.
They definitely was playing for that. You think Tyler Kolek, with the amount of money that he's making, that game that he played in the fourth quarter and was in the clutch too, and played 20 minutes in that game, and he got over a $500,000, before taxes, of course. But yeah, man, he played his ass off. Like they was playing for that.
Yeah, I mean that for some that was 50% of their salary.
Right.
I'm talking about the back of the bench.
Mm-hmm.
If you're making 200,000 and somebody says, here's a potential 100,000 bonus, hell yeah, that's 50% of my salary. Even for those where it's 25%, still it makes a difference. We're not talking about Jalen Brunson, right?
No.
Walter White. Sohan can defend and handle the ball for his size. He played point forward at Baylor. I do remember that.
Queen, shout out to Sherwin. Sherwin not having a good game tonight, man. Look at Sherwin. Sadiq Bey, he playing for New Orleans Pelican. His stats are empty because the team is 5-20. So the team's 5-20. That means his stats are empty. Like, where do we get those things from? I mean, there. How many other players are on the
competition? Team? Like he's not like he's playing the Wizards every night.
Yeah,
I think he just don't like Sadiq Bey. So
I think he's having a Mikal Bridges last night game kind of game. But shout out to Sherwin though. We like Sherwin.
Yeah. Sadiq Bey is averaging 15 points. I liked him coming out of college. He's averaging 15 points and 6 rebounds.
Wait a second. On December 8th against these same Antonio Spurs, Sadiq Bey played 36 minutes and scored 17 points on 7 of 11 shooting. So yeah, we could use that.
Empty stats.
You got to think
against the Spurs,
competition, not just their team's record, but the competition.
Every night you play NBA game every night. You've scored 15, 17 points. It doesn't matter if your team win or not. Yep. You're balling.
That was against the Spurs. He played 36 minutes and had 17 and 6.
Oh. Yes, I will drop the link right now, Knick Nation. Definitely.
Knick Nation.
All right, there you go. Sadu Barry, I hope I got that right. Salute, don't touch this team, please. All right. Okay. Jet Life for life. Appreciate you. 126. We could use a backup 3-4 to back up OG, but I wouldn't mind us staying pat unless injuries take hold. Yeah, I'll take Sadiq Bey over Yabu too, particularly how he's playing now.
Yep. Or in general, to be honest.
In general, you're right.
He's a better player than Yabusele.
Right. I got a little emotional for a few seconds last night when they announced the New York Knicks are the NBA Cup champions. You didn't even hear the cup, right?
Oh my God.
It's like NBA.
You guys are cruel. You're the cruelest fan base, I swear. Mad is the guys they love. They enjoy it, Queen. Come on. They were happy there for a moment, right? Let them have bask in the moment.
A-Train with the memory.
Right.
Yes.
Did like Sadiq
love them some Sadiq Bey. That
coming
is
out the draft.
Yep. Right. Yeah. No doubt. All right. There was a question I said I wanted. Oh, let's let Knick Nation.
Knicks Nation.
Hello there, sir.
Hey,
Salute.
so
up,
good
man?
to see y'all.
Listen, welcome. First time on the panel.
Welcome.
We appreciate
Yes,
you. Welcome,
thank you for having me. I'm looking around in here. I made it.
Queen,
Woo-hoo!
Queen, we gotta have sound effects and
Yeah, we do.
yeah.
Hey, wait.
Definitely.
Wait, I want to make sure the right one. No, not that one.
Step.
Yeah, I need theme music. Bring me in with theme music.
Not that one. Definitely not that one. Nope. I can't find it.
Oh,
I can't find the clap. I
You
can't
gave
find
that man the cricket.
don't worry
You need to
about it.
stop
Oh, there you go.
pressing
There you go. We make our own sound effects.
I'm from back in the day with it. You know what I mean? That's where I'm from.
The first thing Queen trying to hit, I thought it was Planet Rock coming on.
You know what I mean? About to bring it.
Oh boy.
Thank you for having me on though. And big shout out to the panel, big shout out to the chat. You know what I mean?
Anytime.
Yeah, thank you.
I've seen you on with Devon, and I meant to DM you and ask you if you wanted to be a panelist today. So it just
Oh yeah, thank you. Definitely worked out. Definitely appreciate it. Anytime. I'm always available because I'm a retired man and I love my Knicks. So
you can always come on.
You can always come
on.
on.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I will definitely make a return for sure.
Yeah,
without a doubt. Yeah. Yeah. Because I love talking Knicks. I love it. So you know what I mean? And the first time even when we met, I remember me telling you, because when I really first started seeing everybody, it was during the pandemic. And and even at that time, so I lived alone. And so, you know what I mean? Being isolated and things like that, and just having something to hold on to, and it felt like gaining friendship and seeing you guys, and it was just the best. That was just the best, and I really, I'm thankful for that. That helped me through a lot of times of because it was during that time. So
yeah,
definitely.
What's on your mind? Wherever we've talked about,
man,
wherever you want to go with
it. Let me tell you, I was so ecstatic last night. I'm born in 1968, but like 1970, we don't remember that or know that. So I was born at least for it, but have never seen us really win anything. You know what I mean? In that sense, I've seen us get to the championships, but not win, So to actually get there and win it, I was really just giddy about that, screaming at the TV, I think I remember right before the game was even over, I text Ron, we did it. like I was like, ooh, it was like everything for me. I was like running the street, streaking. It was crazy. It was a lot for me, but yeah, definitely enjoyed it. I found it interesting, the one part is, like I said, I found interesting is that if we didn't win, everybody would have been, all of the commentators, all of the analysts, people in the chat, amongst all the whole Knicks nation going across would have been really screaming today for like trade for Giannis, this, that, and this. And I'm so happy that, that for now, that's, a little bit, avoided around that. Because like you guys were even talking about, I am definitely in the points for keeping this team together. I'd like it to gain a long, lengthy defender. I think we have enough offense, and if it's a guy who's, just coming in and, no running, no plays for him, cleaning up a little bit, just to give us that, little bit diversity of a match. Diawara is definitely let's say Muhammad is the size in which we're hoping, the characteristics that he has. He's still young, but I'm hoping going forward, Yabusele minutes go to him. Because at this stage, I think we've all seen it. He's unplayable. especially when the talent rises a bit, he was just, he looked like, and it's not about if he's, where he's comfortable at. I just mean physically. He just physically can't keep up. I mean, physically cannot. So I think as they say, we're asking from, water from a rock. I don't think it's going to happen. And I think moving forward, at least let's try to develop him a bit. And if during the trade point, if it does, that's the only thing I'm asking for. I don't think that currently right now, if you brought the Giannis in here, I don't think that would work. I say give them a chance. Give them a shot at moving forward. My only hurdle that I want them to get over, and I'll keep saying it's them in a sense too now, because I'm gonna start treating it like a team. When Cat makes these weird mistakes, somebody's got to go and do almost what it's running wild. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but almost what Josh did to Brunson. You know what I mean? He got to get poked someplace like, hey, knock that off. Because it's just, as we say, it's not his behavior of the ridiculous fouls, yelling at the refs, and just doing weird, because ever so blue, he'll just do something weird, and we're just like, ooh, why? Like, it's like, if he can just stop that, then we could live with the other stuff. But it's the weird part that he throws in there that we're like, what were you doing? Like, why? Like, why? Like, he had a couple of fouls even on the Orlando game off the ball for no reason. Like, no reason. I mean, I know, this guy may have stopped you down there, annoyed you there, but then to get back down on the offensive end and to make stupid fouls, because what it does, he has the uncanny ability, when he does things that are weird, it stops our momentum. And I say to anybody, go back and watch even these last 8 games. When Cat did things that were weird, it just stopped our momentum. And then we struggle. So as a team, they've got to say, hey, come on, man, put your head back in this game. Stop doing, weird stuff like that. He gets past that hurdle. To me, I have no issues with him at all in that sense.
Did you see any of that last night?
I think only once he did. I'm trying to remember where it was, but he did some kind of weird foul again, and it basically did it the same thing. It staggered our momentum. It was someplace where we were about to go up. We either possibly could have went up 5 or 7, or we were up 5, and I think we could have went up 7 or 9 or whatever it was, and it wound up flipping around, and next thing you know, they were like 1 point behind us. But I don't remember exactly where the moment was.
I think was it when he had the offensive foul when he was banging with somebody down low? I forgot who it was.
Yeah, he did something silly, whatever it was. It was either offensive foul or something what it was, but it was like a silly foul once again. Like the guy's right, like the ref's right there. Like he's right there. Like you don't think he's gonna see that? Like, you know what I mean? These guys didn't get to this level, missing these kind of things. But not that I thought the officiating was good last night either, but it just is. But the defining thing for me, like I say, if I remember right, I think I counted it. I think it was a 17 differential rebounds. And once again, I'll keep saying Mitch is an anomaly. He isn't this. If you go around the records and look, I don't think anybody's have rebounds like this in the amount of time that he's done it in. So that's why I call him the anomaly. So at this stage, I think the league, because you think everybody was sitting home, so the league knows that, hey, this is something to contend with. And him, Kolek, I thought they made a huge case for themselves. And for us Knick fans, and I'm gonna say all of us in a sense, stop discounting our players. A lot of people think that, oh, okay, well, what will we get for Kolek? What would you get for Kolek after seeing that right now? He's worth, you know what I mean? He came in. He came in as a second round, but he is definitely worth a first and a second right now. because he's somebody, if you think about it, because that's more than likely what would happen. Somebody would make a pitch for him that's starting up like one of these young teams. Like if I'm the Nets, I'm saying, give me that. Because I know that this kid, he has the mindset. When the lights got bright, he dug in. He didn't cave in. He didn't, squirrel away. He put his chest out and he moves forward. He just has the skill set to be a captain and run a team. You can see it. I've seen it probably from day one once I started seeing him in the league. I didn't watch him at Marquette, but once he entered into the league, sometimes you could just see the guys just have it. He's a guy that just has it. However you want to define it, he has it. And those you think he had one turnover? One turnover, rookie, right? Well, you can consider him half rookie in a sense. One turnover. I'll keep stressing that point. In a game like that, 20 minutes, a guy like that, just one turnover. He's gained value. I doubt when Deuce and what's name come back, I don't think Kolek is just going to go back to the bench like that. Something is going to have to compress and give in some way. But I don't think that he's just going back to the bench like that. He's shown that he can do it.
That's a good point. That's something Mike Brown is going to have to figure out. What's your thoughts on that, Ajay and Jerrell?
Queens, right before my thought, Knicks Nation. So what do you? Okay, you said something's got to give. In your opinion, or even if let's say you were driving the bus, what would you do? Like, if both Shamet, like healthy Shamet comes back and Deuce comes back, what do you do?
Me, if I can, I'm trying to package Shamet and Yabusele, and I'm trying to package them too, in a sense, because going forward, the minutes crunch, and I'm trying to pull back somebody who is even if he's just, a guy who scores averages 4 points a game, 5 points a game, but he's a hell of a defender. I'm trying to pull that back. I'm trying to let them go and pull that back if possible. And he doesn't, like I say, doesn't have to be a name. He just has to be somebody with, as far as decent contract price, and, has that work ethic. Possibly somebody that Brown has either dealt with before that kind of understands, his coaching style, but just, as we say, bucket, a hard hat, lunchbox kind of pale kind of guy that just comes in and is willing to say, hey, when you throw him in there, he's willing to grind. He's willing to give those fouls, and possibly, hopefully, somebody maybe, with a little bit of an edge to him. I think that's one of the things is, because I think when we go up against teams like Houston, Detroit,
yeah.
Teams that have no issue bringing physicality and a lot of mouth, and because that's what you're gonna get. Like if believe me, if we had any odds to get like a Dylan Brooks, yeah, I would say somebody in that kind of edge, somebody what's names, I would love to have him here.
Okay, Ajay, Jerrell.
Oh, that's a lot.
When those two guys return specifically,
that's a tough situation. When those two guys return healthy.
Wait. Let me categorize why I say Shamet. Because only reason why is because I grew up with a young man. He had that same kind of injury. It just never, his whole life, it never, it's like they say, once you get it, you're just prone to getting it. And no, but even with the surgery, he had the surgery, like my friend, he had the surgery, and still, but that was years ago. Now maybe, you know what I mean? But and the ones I think that I've seen who've had it, it's a significant downtime, like a significant downtime before that thing really, I believe, heals or whatever. But for the most people I've seen, they just, either have lost some range of motion to it, the rehab, what's name. So that's why I preface it with that a little bit. So I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that, AJ.
So I was gonna say, he's got a dislocated shoulder, right? Is that what Julius Randle had?
Yes, it was a dislocated shoulder. And I believe what his was, it's because it goes by grades of separation, I understand. And the grade of what he had, I think he rehabbed it back as opposed to having surgery, for it. Because the surgery is quite a bit. If you remember Randall's was a long downtime.
Right.
I think it took Randall close to a year, right?
It's like ankles. Yeah. They don't ever heal. It's like the ankle.
To the question of when he gets back, to Nick Nation's point, Jerrell, since Ajay wants to be like a co-host and ask other questions. When I'm asking him what's his thoughts, what's your thoughts on, Kolek when those two come back?
I think Deuce already got his minutes sealed. Like he's
no doubt.
So I guess we're talking about Shamet or Kolek. I think as long as Kolek plays well and continues to play well, they might bring Shamet on a little slowly. But if he's back and fully back and 100% healthy, I think it'll be situational, because at one point Shamet was starting for this team. He wasn't just coming off the bench.
Mike Brown really likes Shamet.
He really likes him. So it's
what's going on here?
So if he didn't give Kolek his minutes when he was, named him as a starter at one point, Kolek will have to have like a crazy next couple weeks in order to just be like, well, Shamet is expendable if he's 100% healthy. If he's healthy, like if he comes back slowly, because he came back slowly the first time he hurt his shoulder. I know he's supposed to be back soon, like before the new year, but I don't expect him to be 100% back then. Like, you never know.
Yeah, and I will say it may be hard to trade him because he's a free agent at the end of the year. So the Knicks may just sit him on the bench as a situational player and play Kolek ahead of him. And, unless Deuce is out now. So Shamet could be, injury protection. Even though he was out of the rotation before, I think he's grown and he's shown more, after he's gotten the opportunity. So I think he is putting pressure on Mike Brown to make that decision, when everybody is healthy. And it's going to be interesting to see what Mike Brown chooses.
Very interesting.
To do. And it's different skill sets, right? Shamet is more of a shooter. He can handle the ball a little bit, but he's not he's not a point guard. So it's just kind of different skill sets.
He's definitely a better defender, that's for sure. I mean, Kolek is getting better, but Shamet overall is definitely a better defender.
Yeah.
So that's for sure.
Definitely. Jamrock always. Kolek gets back to situational. Okay. East Blue Drew. Well, I'm trusting Shamet to come back. He's valuable. Okay. It never goes away. He won't ever try to fight over a screen again. Talking about Shamet, given the injury. Shamet is estimated to return around December 24th. Now, I know he was going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks. Is December 24th the evaluation time, or he's already back and practicing, and he could be back on the floor on the 24th? Let me know what you've heard. Mike not letting Shamet go. I know. I'm like, what is going on with him and Shamet?
He does, you know what it is? Because Shamet is very fast. He's probably, between him and Mikhail, they're the fastest to get to those corners. Yeah. That's why he loves them.
Sherwin, who will take Shamet and Yabu in a trade? Shamet is hurt and a free agent at the end of the season, and Yabu also has a player option. and
It's wishful thinking. It was wishful thinking on my part. I'm sorry, but
it's fine. It's fine. You know, that's fine. Latoria said, "What am I walking into trade talks?"
We did win the cup last night.
We did win, but we spent a lot of time on the cup too to start the you know. But just real quick before we move on to the next one, team stand pat or team improve if you can.
Me or
Yeah.
You
me.
start.
Well, I think I said it. The only thing, like I said, the only improvement I like for the core of the team to stay pat. The only thing, like I say, to change is, you know, us getting, you know, these guards. You know what I mean? I love our guards, but I think we need, if you look at, it's too much of a drop off because Yabusele is OG's backup. What?
All right. So we're going around quickly. So you would say around the edges, Jerrell, stand pat,
Yes,
Try
or
to improve.
Ajay?
Even though I don't see how, but I think we should try to improve. I don't see how because we don't really have a lot of tradable pieces.
Yeah, we don't get paid for that, AJ. I'm just answering questions over here, man. We don't get paid.
like Nick Nation said, wishful thinking.
Either way works. Either way works for me. I wouldn't mind seeing this team go through the playoffs and see what they can and see what they can do. If we can get some more ball handling on this team, I would like that. Kolek is playing well, but you never know how it's going to go in the playoffs, and so having a ball handler on this team doesn't hurt. If things do go south in the playoffs, you're not just stuck with what are we going to do. So yeah, that's what I would like the Knicks to do. How they do that, whether they can do that.
I got a question for you though, Steph.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that because, like, I guess, well, not just you in general, anybody that wants to stand pat, are you saying that because you don't expect us to win a championship this year, though?
I don't know, not necessarily.
Because I think that changes a lot. If you do expect us to win a championship this year, that question changes a little bit.
Which question?
Should we stand pat or try stand pat? The reason I asked you that because you said to see what we can do in the playoffs. For the people who believe that we're going to win a championship and we should win a championship, they're not going to say that to see what we can do.
So basically, so what you're asking me is, if the Knicks are going to win a championship this year, should they stand pat or make changes?
Yep.
You're right. That is a different question.
I wish I had the Jeopardy music.
Yeah. If the Knicks are going to win a championship this year, they can. With this roster, they can. But some things would have to fall in place. One of them would be Mitch has to stay healthy. That's why you hear people around Knicks Twitter asking for another big. Not that they don't believe in Mitch, but they're trying to fortify that position in case there's a injury. So can the Knicks win with this group? I think they can. But there's some weak points where it would have to fall in place. And one would be Mitch staying healthy for the entire season, including the playoffs. The second one would be our small guards playing well despite this lack of height, because there's some in Nick Twitter who would say we need a little more height, coming off the bench. If we're going to win with this team, basically what we're saying is our guards are going to be fine. Don't worry about it. We saw a 3-guard lineup last night with OG and Mitch. I'm pretty sure that was a plus lineup, though I don't have the lineup that would have to fall in place. And in my opinion, Kolek is the only other ball handler on this team behind Brunson. I saw Bridges struggle last night. I'm not high on McBride's against playoff pressure. I'm not just talking about just bringing it down. I'm talking about you saw the pressure Castle put, like that happens in the playoffs. Brunson and Kolek are the only ones I would trust against that type of pressure in the playoffs. McBride, Shamet, Bridges, I don't trust. Kolek can go into the playoffs and ball out, don't get me wrong. But it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for a young player to ball out in the regular season and struggle in the playoffs, right? We saw it with Quickly. We saw it with Grind. So I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just saying I would like a little more insurance, a little more insurance. So we can win it with this team, but Kolek would need to ball out as our only other ball handler, but not ball out, but play well in the non-Brunson minutes. Those 3-guard lineups would have to do well because we don't really have a lot of size coming off the bench. And Mitch would have to stay healthy. Like those are the 3 things that would need to happen for the Knicks to win a playoff, the chip this season, in my opinion. Those 3 things would have to fall into place. And it could. But if we can shore up one of them, I would be a bit more confident. But those things, in my opinion, would have to fall into place. But that's a great question, Jerrell. That's a great question. Yeah. Anybody else? And in terms of Jerrell's question, can this team win a championship this year as presently constructed? Because that's basically what you're asking, right?
Yeah, especially if you're going to say stand pat, because that's what stand pat means. Like you think this team can win a championship. Unless you don't expect us to win a championship this year and we're still building for the future. Like it has to be either or. It can't be both. That's why I asked that.
I believe we can. But I believe just this, as Steph said, that health has to be there. The core, it has to. If some players like, Deuce gets hurt, like you say, Shamet gets hurt, let me see who else. But once you start talking of Cat, Mitch, Brunson, any of those, it's a tough listening. So it's a tough uphill battle without them and it depends. And like a timing, I guess, is everything. So let's say it happens 15 games before the playoffs. And then it was something that we can get used to and get in, in a groove with. But if it happens like in the midst of the playoffs and one of these guys go, it's going to be, that's tough. That's a tough adjustment.
Yeah. Sadu Barry, I hope I got that right. OG can play point guard too when JB was hurt last year. Listen. I was the one talking about OG's handle to start the season, but I've come around. It's a little shaky. It's a little shaky. I don't know about, I'm not sure about that. Mohammed KGB, this year we have to win. Okay. All right. Victoria B, this team is fine the way it is. They constantly rise to the occasion. They're fine. Leave the team alone. They're battle tested and ready to go. We shall see. The playoffs will definitely tell the story.
Charles, did you notice the wrinkle? Did you notice the wrinkle that he changed in bringing the ball up? I think that was one thing I did notice. Did you notice at times there would be 3 guys in the backcourt, and then they would switch out to bring the ball up, like to see who was going to catch and once things. He's finally prepping them for that pressure that's going to come, in the playoffs. And I'm glad to see that he's doing something about it, where Tibbs just kept, slamming into the wall of it, which was weird. But yeah. I thought that wrinkle that he put in yesterday that I saw, I was like, wow, respect. Because, when we get into our offense earlier, we're so much better as opposed to getting the ball across and then getting into our offense at 14 seconds. So I get where you're coming from as far as with the handles and the dribbling, because you do that, but that's the main cog in it, is that ball handling issue just to get it past half court.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why in the fourth quarter when Brunson turned it over, he went right to Kolek. Right.
But the important part was that he at least added some scheme to it, where you know what I mean, to help even Brunson out, to help Mikal out, to help these guys out, because you have to put some scheme behind it. You know, some of these guys are hell of a defenders, so you just can't. Even for Brunson, I'm like, please give him some point of an assistance, a screen or something, just to get, you know what I mean? Because once Brunson gets that screen, he's gonna get you, you know what I mean? He gets your feet moving. And once he gets your feet moving, he's got you. You know what I mean? It's point. But at least give him that one-on-one and bringing it up and allowing him to battle. I just don't like that. That's been my pet peeve for the last couple of years. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I'll have to look at the game again. I didn't really see. There might have been a scheme, but he still had to bring Kolek back in. So maybe they weren't running it. You know what I mean? Maybe they weren't running it. Maybe they weren't effective at executing the scheme. Because
I think that's when he kept Mikal on the bench. I think some parts of that.
Right. Yeah. All right. I think we talked about Kolek. We talked about if you thought the Knicks needed roster changes. We talked about Yabusele being a DNP. And do you think that signaled the end of his tenure as a Knick? I think so.
I think so too.
I think so. Anything else about Mike Brown? I also want to talk about it. Do you think if the narrative is changing around Cat defensively, and if you think it's a false narrative? But anything else on Mike Brown in terms of what you saw in the Cup or just overall?
Nah. Not Mike Brown. You want to bring the you said a Cat question?
Yeah. Do you think the narrative is changing around his defense? And if it is, do you think it's a false? Do you think it's a false narrative?
No, I don't think the narrative not changing yet. Like it's too much of a short sample size. It hasn't been long enough. And when it comes to stuff like that, it has to do with narratives and whether people think he's a good defender or not. Once people think you're a bad defender and run with that narrative, you have to be like Dennis Rodman in order to get rid of that. Like you have to be,
despite what the stats are saying right now.
They don't care about stuff like that. Since when people care about facts and stats and stuff like that,
right.
Like they go by the eye test. If they don't think Cat is a good defender, it doesn't matter how good of a defender he is in the past couple weeks or a month or whatever. They want to see it for a long term and in the future. And even if they did see it, they still might not admit that he's a good defender. But he's obviously been playing better on defense than he has in the past, especially here, especially last season, beginning of this season. In the past month or so, Karl-Anthony Towns have actually, not lazy rotations. The effort was there. I actually think it might have to do with something like maybe because his offense has been going down a little bit. He's been putting a little more energy on the defensive end. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but our defense obviously has looked better in the past month, and Cat is a part of that.
That's a good point, because Freezy would always say that you can't expect your the guys who are, your number one and the superstars to also be put out that same amount of energy on the defensive end for the time that they're out there. That's why you have, the other guys. And I get that, but you can
try.
You could try, and then it can also be, times in a game. Like everybody says Kobe Bryant was a good defensive player, and he was. But if you think Kobe Bryant was out there putting out the same amount of energy on the offense and defensive end every minute he was in the game, you didn't watch him. He just didn't. But there were times to lock down. There was times when he wanted, he knew they needed a stop, or he knew somebody was going off, and he wanted that, he wanted that challenge. Like, I think that's what, if we can get that from Cat.
And even if Kobe Bryant did do that, people out here thinking that everybody can be Kobe Bryant.
Right.
or Michael Jordan or
That's true. That's true.
No.
who the hell be Kobe Bryant? Say if Kobe Bryant did do that. That's not average. Like that's not even above average. That's exceptional when it comes to the people that we talk about. We talk about the best basketball players who ever touched a basketball.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's extremely rare to get, because you're talking guys who've gotten a scoring championship and also have made all defensive players.
Right.
That's rare. You just don't get that.
Yeah,
like
that
that
don't happen often.
No.
Right. He gave the illusion. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then once that narrative is out there,
It's a wrap.
you could play 5 minutes. You know. Size 9 said his defense was extremely exaggerated. I mean, listen, he carried his usage. I don't know what it was, but I'm pretty sure it was high. So to expect him on every defensive possession to go all out, I think that's a lot.
Yeah, that guy tore the tendons out his wrist. He tore the tendons out of his ankles. Kobe was a different kind of animal. I'll tell you that.
Bringing Kolek in wasn't a problem. That wasn't the point of it. It wasn't a problem to bring him in. We were talking about schematic, what Mike Brown was doing schematically to help Brunson, and I'm saying if he had to bring Kolek in, then maybe what he was doing schematically to help him wasn't working. That he still had to come in with another ball handler was the point.
I highly doubt that the plan was for Tyler Kolek to play that many minutes in the fourth quarter.
No, it was out of necessity, and he delivered.
Right. He stepped up.
Soon as I saw Bridges struggling in that first quarter,
yep,
I was like, "Oh,
not just out of."
I was like, "This is what I was talking about when I said we needed another ball hand. This is what I'm talking about. This is a playoff atmosphere right here. Look what's going on."
Not just out of necessity, Queen, but him. It's like the game telling him what to do, right? The game telling the coach what to do. Because out of necessity, he. Right?
That's necessity. The game is telling. Right? I mean, the game is telling him we needed another ball handler.
Nah, we've had coaches that the game tell them to do something, they don't do it anyway.
Well, we're not talking about Thibodeau.
Oh, see, I ain't mentioned no name. I ain't mentioned no name.
We didn't know who you was talking about.
Yeah,
Voldemort.
How you know that?
Voldemort.
How you know
talking about Mike Brown.
Voldemort.
You talking about Fizdale?
I think Mike Brown has earned
Fizz.
the right to be himself without being compared to Tom Thibodeau. I think he's been here long enough that we could just talk about Mike Brown and talk about what he's doing to help our team without referencing Tom Thibodeau, right?
And let it not worked.
Right.
We've been cursing Mike Brown ass out right now.
But it worked.
But it worked. But that's what I like. It's the process. You don't know what the result is going to be. Like a lot of times as fans, we look at the results and say, "Oh, it was a good decision." To me, it's about the process. You know, even if it didn't work, it still was a good decision at the time to see if putting him in and giving Brunson and putting another ball handler in would help, even if it didn't work. Right? I thought it was a good decision, and Kolek delivered
big time.
I was talking about Derek Fisher, Queen. Shout out East Blue Drew.
Oh God!
Talking about fish.
Who was here before Derek Fisher? Wasn't it like Jeff Hornacek or something?
Jeff Hornacek, right?
Yeah, man. Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kurt Rambis was somewhere in there, like probably before Hornacek for a couple of hours.
Good win for the Knicks. The team should have mad confidence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe that was one of the reasons why they didn't hang the banner. I forget whose take it was that not wanting the team to be satisfied, wanting to keep the team's focus on the bigger prize. In terms of not hanging the banner. That was somebody else's take. Your thoughts on it? I Was it a Dolan's decision? Because Mike Brown said yesterday that they would.
I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken.
I'm thinking they probably, asked the captain, asked him what he thought about it. I think it might have been a Jalen Brunson decision, or if it wasn't his decision, he was obviously a big part of it. If it is a decision,
that's a good point.
And plus, I think they'll probably do it. It just won't be now. It might be at the end of the season.
Cool Bree said he heard the team didn't want the manna,
or the beginning of next season. Maybe they put it up the beginning of next season, but I wouldn't put it up now either.
I have no problem with putting it up now.
But I think they have to put it up eventually.
Now we're trying to be too too extra by not putting it up.
I don't know, because I thought you had to until they say they wasn't. But it is what it is, man.
Muhammad KGB, I think we're okay. I don't think we're losing Mikel or they're under contract. They're under contract, so we're good as far as that's as that's concerned.
Mikel just got his contract.
They straight. We just can't get nobody else.
He's currently under the old. The extension starts next year.
Yep.
Yeah. Manchild said there was keeps them grounded. Manchild said there was a debate on ESPN about putting up the other teams that won it have for context.
And they didn't debate. There was no debate about that. But
we don't know. We weren't in there. We weren't in there.
There was no debate about that. All right, that only happened last season.
Were you in there? The chats of the
no, I'm talking about ESPN. ESPN.
No, okay.
I'm talking. Yeah.
Oh, it's always extra, but it's always extra when it comes to New York anyway.
Yeah.
That's how we're treated. We're treated differently. So.
Yeah, I think eventually they're going to put it up. I think eventually they're going to have to. Yep, I think they're going to make them, but it just you just have they'll probably do it next season or the end of this season.
And I think the commissioner should pressure them to put it up because they want to promote that NBA Cup.
Right.
They want to
They're in business together, aren't they? Anyway, isn't MSG and because it's part of Emirates, Dubai, all of that stuff, isn't it all part of it? And I think MSG is in business with them. I think that's what the Emirates and all that. That's why they did the trip. Remember this year for the first games. I believe something with MSG and them. They're in league and business together.
Yeah. We shall see. Pelicans are cleaning house, and 2 early seconds are valuable. Listen. I don't think we're getting a Snicker bar for Yabusele and Shannon. I think both of them, one has a player option and the other one is a free agent. Shamit was a training camp invitee.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
We didn't think he was going to make the team. I remember the show like it was
filler in a trade. He might be if they make a major trade and they need filler.
Yeah, I think if they go, somebody else got to go with them.
No, but what Wiz is saying though, we got about like I don't know 80 second-round picks. Maybe we could unload some of them just to force somebody to take Yabusele.
Yeah, but you said the Pelicans specifically, like they suck, but I don't know if they shed in salary.
Like, they don't have their first-round pick. I think it goes to Atlanta.
Yes, and we don't have a first-round pick to give them. So
they're gonna still. I would think they
need to move that franchise.
They have no incentive to.
They need to move that franchise. Yeah, they need to move that whole franchise. New Orleans is not a basketball town.
That's true.
The context is that the other NBA teams have championship banners from this century. Really? Cup champions. Oh, okay, cup champions. Okay, gotcha. All right. All right. Anything else?
Nah, Steph. I guess we have how many games before the next game? And obviously, it's like you trying to do a show on Christmas Eve. Like, what you trying to do? I don't know if I'm be able to do it on Christmas Eve.
Nah, me either. Thursday is Christmas Eve.
Nah, Thursday is Christmas.
Christmas.
And we play on Thursday, so that's not happening.
That's
so
not happening.
Wednesday is Christmas Eve, just like we did Wednesday
as well.
We play on Christmas.
12 noon, right?
We got the noon game. We play Tuesday that week.
Let me check.
Yeah, we play Tuesday, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Our schedule's been compressed, so yes, boom, 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 boom. Every other day, I think, for the next 10 games, I believe it is.
We might could do a Friday stuff. The day after Christmas.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the only day.
Yeah.
What you guys getting me for Christmas? Anything? Oh, nothing? Oh, the same as last year? Okay.
The link to get back on the show next.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Lord Scientist, man, I'm tired. I know you want to go. Oh,
sure.
Yeah, he's about to get off.
How much is Yabusele making? Do you know?
2 months.
5.5 million.
How much?
5.5 million.
5.5.
5.5.
Sadiq
Bey's making 6.12 million.
I don't believe we could take back more than we send down, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, that's like a sliver back.
We're
how much is Paco
70,000?
How much is
700,000? 620,000 to be exact. So
we are under. We are a little bit under, so we might.
I think 170,000. So that.
I'm saying just like Wiz said, it will probably have to be Yabusele and like Paco and Dadier.
Yeah, Paco he makes more than he makes too much. Then
they would million, right?
More.
Yeah, let's just say this: Leon Rose will make it work if that's what they want to do. Like they was talking about bringing Dante back. So another ball handler, Steph, but it's also another small guard.
We have to consolidate. Some guards would have to go out in order. Like you can't just bring him in and keep all the guards we have.
And that's a whole nother show. Because if Deuce might have to go to Minnesota, you're just gonna piss everybody off after 11 o'clock, and we gotta go.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's gonna have to take. They're not
Don't you talk about my Deuce? Don't you talk about my Deuce?
You're not gonna give us Dante back just by giving them 2 second-round picks and like Paco and Dottie or somebody like that. Like we gonna have to give up Deuce.
Well, you gotta give up 12. You gotta give up 12 million.
Yeah, how much he make?
12.
He's not making a lot.
No, we talk about Dante.
Yeah.
Dante 12. Make 12. So yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
For us. Like we gotta send some pieces over there.
Mitch is the only guy currently we have that's making 12 because Mitch is the only guy I think we have that's in the mid-range of salary.
We give up Deuce from Dante DiVincenzo, people are gonna go crazy. They don't want Dante back that bad.
Than that.
Yeah, it got to be more than that.
It'd have to be more than that. And I don't know if, like, let's just say Mitch salary matches, but a big for a small? I mean.
We'd never see Wiz again.
No way. Can't do
it. No. We're riding Mitch till those wheels fall off. That's how I like to say it. We're going to ride Mitch till the wheels fall off.
His wheels fell off. That's the problem.
It fell off quite a few times.
Don't use that.
I had some flat fix. Right there.
Don't use that. His lug nuts been falling off for the past 5 years, man. Like, don't use that.
Yeah. He had a throwback performance last night, man.
It was awesome last night, man.
Not offensively, defensively.
He was a beast.
He had a good game offensively.
No, he did, but I'm saying
by his own standards.
He's been doing that for most of the season. But defensively, I thought that was Mitch. Why not? Yabusele, Shaman, and Dadier is a salary for Dante, but I wouldn't do it.
Shaman and Dadier. See. Now we talk about 3 players just for Dante.
But Yabusele and Shaman, Yabusele is out anyway.
Where do I sign?
Yeah.
I would probably do that too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm not
why
hooked
would
up
the Pelicans do that? Well, we'd probably have to throw like a.
Nah, that's Minnesota.
I mean, yeah, I'm
Dante.
sorry. Why would the Wolves do that?
They would have to need pieces. I don't think they do like that. Not 3 for 1 just because they want to give us Dante.
Right.
No.
And it's not like they try to shed salary either. I don't think they in the jam like we are.
Yeah, no, they would want to pick or something. They would want something of more value.
Yeah, we don't have a first, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steph, other than that, it's just the games this week coming up. We didn't talk about them at all, but I don't know if you wanted to. Like we
got Indy, which the Knicks should win.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be fat off a championship and lose to Indiana tomorrow. Then we got Philly. I'm looking forward to that game. They're getting healthy.
We're gonna win. I think I'm expected to beat them too at home.
Yeah, I think we're in Indy though.
No, I'm talking about Philly.
Oh yeah,
we MSG in Philly.
Yeah,
Philly.
Yeah, and they'll be healthy. Well, they've been healthy the past week. Let's see. It's very tenuous over there, so let's see what happens. I don't know if Maxey is back, but if they're healthy, I'm looking forward to us playing them, and then Sunday Miami for the 18th time.
Right. And then we play Minnesota.
And we play Minnesota.
Has Mitch and what's name? I'm sorry. Has Mitch and what's the center over there, Philly? The one I can't think of his name right now.
Embiid.
And Embiid. Have they seen each other since that incident? And what's name? Have they played against
in the playoff?
No, I'm saying after that, like for that incident, with the leg when Mitch got his leg hurt.
Yeah.
Have they? Yeah, have they? They haven't seen each other again. I don't think. Right? Have they?
You guys are politically correct. You mean since Embiid hurt him?
Yeah.
I knew AJ gonna bring.
What's that, like 2 years ago though?
Yeah, it was. I don't think they
played
each other.
So injured. That's why we're asking the question.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because then Mitch went 3/4 of the whole season and didn't play, and I think Embiid was back out. And I don't think they played again.
It might be. You're right. It might. Well, it's a back-to-back. So, but I would think Brown would hold Mitch for that matchup instead of the Indy matchup. Right? It's a back-to-back. So Mitch probably only playing one of those games.
It's not like Joel Embiid's having like a great season or anything like that.
The past 2 games, he's been playing well.
2 games.
Okay. It could be turning a corner. I mean, we don't know.
Nah.
He's had 2 good offensive games. 2 good offensive games. His D is.
Last game, Joel Embiid played 30 minutes. That had 22 and 14. Leave that man alone. Like, even when he's not healthy, he is still a good basketball player.
Remember, he bust us up with the bloody patch on the knee. He was limping and dropped like 50. I'm like, look at this.
Only thing though, Cat does play well against Embiid. We didn't have Cat during the bloody leg series.
Yeah.
So Cat does play well against Embiid. So we'll see.
Yeah. Latoria said she don't want to see any of the Miami teams. We played them 643 times already. I know that's a fact.
Yeah.
Man, Kyle, Mitch is a big piece of this team. Listen, a healthy Mitch raises the ceiling of the team, right? Pelicans have too many forwards. Herb, Bay, Zion.
See, we've been saying that for 3 years, though. They're not giving none of them up, man, because Zion always hurt. So,
they can keep them, but if Murphy, we might have to go all in over.
We said the same thing about OG Anunoby before he got here too, Steph. Remember, we was like, if we could get OG, if we could get Murphy, and remember they had BI over there. We wanted Brandon Ingram too. Yeah. Like they had forward heaven over there in New Orleans.
Yep.
And Trey Murphy is close with them guys too. He's close with Brunson and them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
I don't think Trey Murphy want to take. I haven't heard anything about Trey Murphy. I've heard a little Herb Jones, Alvarado. I have not heard
I don't see why they would trade Trey Murphy III. That wouldn't make sense to me.
When the Knicks move in silence, you never hear anything about
That is-
anything until boom, it happens.
That's probably the truest thing Ajay said on this whole show today.
Mhm.
We're not going to know what
Next.
we're not going to know without being asked. We're not
But
going to know.
if Trey Murphy comes here though, we lost something significant. Trey Murphy makes a quite. He just got a big contract.
Yeah, I don't think we would. I mean, we already got OG
Yeah,
and like I don't see how we.
Yeah, it would definitely take I think it's he makes somewhere close to like OG though. I think he's up there.
Yeah, no. That is just wishful thinking.
Yeah,
Trey Murphy.
Mm.
Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Friday, if I do the post game, it might be in the morning because Friday is a traveling day for me. So if I do it, it may, or I may record it in the morning and do it as a premiere. Either one. Yeah, my phone is not set up, Lord Scientist. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me see something. If you guys can see it, you need to reach out.
Knick Nation, you're welcome to come anytime, man.
Yeah, man. Salute.
Yeah,
man.
no doubt, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I put my what's name in the chat there.
Oh, you did?
Chat there.
Oh, in the private chat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My number in there. If you guys want to reach out, I'm always available. I'm available.
Ooh.
Just text me first because I got that thing on, from all these crazy calls we all get here. So if you just text me first, then I'll know. I'll go, okay.
This is an off night for us though. Usually we're on Thursdays at 9:00, but we play tomorrow, so we moved it to Wednesday just in case.
Oh no. Believe me, I've been following stuff from you guys for years. So yeah.
And we couldn't not have a show this week since we just won the cup. Yeah.
I was like a 5-year-old last night running around in here.
When Clarkson hit that shot,
I was psyched. I'm not gonna lie.
I was psyched.
I was standing up and everything.
Yeah, screaming. My neighbors are like, "That man's crazy in there."
Yeah, it definitely was.
So if you want to shout out the chat before we get out,
can somebody shout him out while I'm
man
putting this in? Go ahead, Ajay.
Yeah, shout out this stuff. So shout out to A Train. I don't know if A Train's still here, but
salute A Train.
Yeah, so A Train, Nick Yak, Nick Yak haven't been here, so welcome back, Nick Yak. I haven't seen
for a minute though. No,
I don't know. I haven't seen Nick Yak.
Okay.
Shout out. Shout out to Nick Yak, size 9, always rocking with us. East Blue Drew, definitely. Or traveling vibes. Jam rock always.
Jam rock.
Yeah. Trap music, or be rocking with us sometime. Cool Breeze 718. Who else we got?
If this is his first time, his or her first time, welcome. If not, welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah. Wiz BKLA. I know it's like 10 a.m. over there. Where you at?
You in Japan? You said 10 a.m.
Yeah, who else we had? Sherwin always in the house.
Yeah,
shout out. Sherwin had an off night tonight, but Sherwin was there. Sherwin was having a bad game. Randall was here. Sadu was here. Who else was here? I don't know if they still here.
Darlene Bryant.
Darlene Bryant. Yes.
Etoya. Yep.
Men's Child was here at some point. Yep. I think I mentioned trap music already.
Latoria.
East Blue Drew. Did you say East Blue?
Yes, I said East Blue Drew.
Yeah.
Lord Scientist. I don't know if you said him.
Yeah. Take Southside.
Yeah.
Cool Breeze 718.
Jam Rock.
Yeah, I mentioned Cool Breeze 718.
I'm just looking, strolling up. because I wasn't looking at the whole.
Oh, Craig. Craig was in the house earlier. Shout out to
Craig. Was here.
Craig. I mean,
Great. Muhammad, KGB,
Jason 5378. You guys always rock with us, man. Appreciate that. David Smith. David Smith.
David Smith.
I forget. No, but David Smith, he wasn't shadow boxing tonight. He was
started talking about cat defense. David Smith
he had a game.
He went to bed.
You say cat, he'll wake up.
Right.
Close to act.
Shout out to Dwayne Dennis was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't care how tired I am. When I come on this show, y'all just energize me. I don't know what time I'm going to bed tonight.
Right. I thought I was gonna get off like around 10:30. Yeah. Then Knicks Nation came on, started talking good basketball talk.
Right.
All right. Well, we might as well.
No, we was gonna leave early. Knicks Nation messed it up.
We're gonna have it.
I'm the ruiner.
He's
about to go down.
This thing upside down, bro. I'd have been.
He's a ruiner on the road.
I've been sleeping by now.
So one step say, well, is there anything else? As soon as she say that, anything else? ... Knicks Nation gonna come on the show and put the link.
Right.
That's it.
Like Freezy would do, right?
Yeah, Freezy used to come on like that too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
At the end, and you guys may not remember, Man used to do that too.
Yep.
Man.
Ron
Cleveland. What happened to him? Where is he?
I don't know, man, but Ron was that dude, man.
Yeah, I miss him. Yeah. Anyway,
Ready
if you have the link, you can save it. If not, I'll just send it to you again.
Yeah, just send it to me. I don't think because I just tapped onto it.
Yeah, got you.
Okay.
All right, Knick family. Until next time, we appreciate everybody.
Thank you for having me. Thanks to the chat and thanks for taking it easy on me. I appreciate it. And like I say, anytime that link is there, what's name? I'll definitely click back and hang up with you guys for sure.
For sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Until next time, family.
Peace.
Sister, you're one of a kind.
Yes.
Sister, it's time you
That's
shine. Don't so.
Where you at?
Don't so.
Where you at?
Don't so.
What?
Don't so.
What?
You're so.
Where you at?
Great show, guys.